Well, in the last 3 years, Kenya has been implementing the bottom-up economic transformation agenda that seeks to realign Kenya's socio-economic development. This week on Inside Government, we are talking to the Principal Secretary in the State Department for Economic Planning, Bonface Makokha. We'll be tracking the implementation of BETTA, the way forward, and of course, the implementation matrix. Thank you very much indeed, Bonface, for joining us on Inside Government. First of all, help us understand. I mean, we came from the Big Four agenda to the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Why the switch?
Thank you for having me on studio. Allow me just to very fast to push us back and then bring us up to speed to BETTA. BETTA, which is a bottom-up economic transformation agenda, came in, one, to address the gaps that were there in the development philosophies that we've had since independence. Mm-hmm. And also to accelerate the aspiration of our fathers, where we want this country to be. Number one, when I look at the Harambee philosophy, mm-hmm. You will realize the Harambee philosophy was very good, pulling resources together to do development. But it left this country, development was not even. Why? Because pulling resources together depended on those who had resources. So it meant that areas where we have people who do not have resources were, quote unquote, left behind. Way forward, you move to look at the Big Four agenda. You find that the Big Four agenda was superb, looking at huge projects, infrastructure, but it also created the same problem. Developing in one, probably concentrating in urban areas, leaving some areas behind. This wasn't a bad idea then, but when the bottom-up economic transformation agenda came, decided to look at the entire scope, all parts of this country. If you look at whatever is being implemented, it is implemented in each and every area of this country. An example is Nyota. Targeting every ward, irrespective of where this ward is based. So, BETTA came in to solve some gaps that were created and accelerate the development of this country. Thank you.
Bonface, I mean, when you look at the Big Four agenda and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, there were some sectors or subsectors that were overriding, or that are still overriding. Like when you look at the affordable houses, under Big Four agenda there was affordable houses. Under BETTA there is Big Four agenda. I mean there is affordable houses. So are there some cross-cutting areas that are being addressed by BETTA and were also still being addressed by the Big Four agenda?
Thank you very much, O'Brien. One of the things that we must appreciate is that the Big Four agenda and BETTA, all of them, reference point is Vision 2030.
Yeah.
And when you look at the Vision 2030, the three pillars of Vision 2030, the economic pillar, the social pillar, and the political pillar, you find that the sectors that were listed under those pillars, these are the very sectors that Big Four agenda was looking at, and the very sectors that the BETTA agenda is also looking at. You've touched on housing, affordable housing. Under Big Four agenda, yes, this was an agenda that was put down, but actualization, probably that is where the difference comes in. Mm-hmm. And you must also appreciate that when you look at the Big Four agenda, whatever was being implemented was capital intensive. Take, for instance, the infrastructure projects that we did under Big Four agenda, capital intensive. When you look at the BETTA, BETTA focuses mainly on labor intensive. Labor intensive in a way that it creates opportunity for those at the bottom of the pyramid to be involved in the development of this country. Yeah.
I like the fact that you have clarified that the bottom-up economic transformation agenda did not come or is not coming to substitute Vision 2030. Is that what you're saying?
O'Brien, maybe let me put it in very simple terms. When you look at the Vision 2030, it's answering the question the question that where do we want to go? Mm-hmm. Better comes in to answer the question, how do we get there very fast, starting with those at the lowest, the base of the pyramid. So, number one, Vision 2030 is a vision, told us where we need to be. But how do we get there? That is what the better bottom-up economic transformation agenda is doing, is coming in to accelerate. In fact, to me, and where I sit as the Principal Secretary Economic Planning, is I consider better as a vehicle that has come to drive the final phase of Vision 2030. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Vision 2030 is like our destination. Better is the vehicle that we are using to get to the Vision 2030.
Better is a vehicle that is taking us to the Vision 2030. It's trying to accelerate what we missed. There are misses and hits. Mm-hmm. And I might not be able to elaborate what were the misses and hits of Vision 2030, because currently in our department I've commissioned an assessment of Vision 2030 to know the hits, the misses, and lessons learned. But what Better has come to do is to accelerate the last phase and then take us into the future, the long-term plan. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Help us understand, what is the philosophy, what is the spirit of Better?
O'Brien, when you look at the 5 pillars of Better, to understand the spirit or the philosophy of Better, you need to look at those pillars and what has been achieved in the last 3 years. Number one, when you look at Better comes in to deliver food security, which is key.
Food security.
Food security. Mm-hmm. It comes in to create jobs. Better has come in to ensure that healthcare is expanded. It has come in to ensure that this is in 21st century, that digital inclusion, it is inclusion in real sense. It has also come in realizing that the highest percentage of those who probably employ our people is informal sector, the SMEs. So that, when you look at that, it's Better has come to ensure that it delivers good living standards, low cost of living, and jobs for our people.
Let's start with the first one, on food security.
Yes.
And Kenya, since independence, has always struggled with food insecurity because of our reliance on rain-fed agriculture. Help us understand, 3 years down the line, what has Better delivered in the food security area?
Thank you. That is a very good question. And I want to take you, maybe give you a few examples just to show that Better is a better option for this country. Number one, the baseline in 2022, when this government came in power, you realize that when you look at the maize production, check your statistics, you'll find that the maize production was about, in total, 34 million bags. 3 years down the line, you find that we have, right now we have recorded, by last year, September, October, it was around 67 million bags. We also had fertilizer. When this government came into power, the fertilizer cost was about 7,500. And the promise was lowering the cost of fertilizer so that farmers are able to plant and to increase our food so we have food security. That very time, you realize that the bags that were being distributed in 2022 were about 0.3 million bags. But as we speak today, after the subsidy, farmers have been able to collect a total of 7.0 million bags. That is an increase of 6.7 million in 3 years alone. When you also look at the price of flour, in 2022, it was at its highest, 250 shillings. Averagely, right now, as we speak of grain, if you check, it is around between 165 and 170. Mm-hmm. So in terms of food security, I can give a plus, to this government and say within 3 years, they have been able to achieve what was not possible for a few decades ago.
Still talking about food security, the country is going through a serious drought that is threatening to exacerbate food insecurity in the country. So what has, apart from fertilizer distribution and lowering the cost of fertilizer, what else has been achieved under better to boost food security? We have just talked about maize. We don't just survive on maize. Food security encompasses other things, like beans, like wheat production, among many other things, dairy products, and so forth.
Thank you, O'Brien. When you look at the number of farmers that have been registered digitally, has really increased up to around 7 million. Why am I touching on farmers? These farmers are producing not only maize, they produce wheat, they produce the animals like cattle, the milk, and all that. But one of the things that I want to mention is, I don't know whether you know that we also are undertaking irrigation, Galana Kulalu.
Galana Kulalu.
Yes. This is a transformative initiative in terms of agriculture. This government took a deliberate step and effort to ensure that it undertakes irrigation to produce food. And what has been produced just gives us an indication that this is the way to go. For this drought, this government is very deliberate to construct dams so that we're able to carry out such massive projects for wheat, massive projects for beans, going forward into the future to secure the lives of our citizens, the ordinary mwananchi. Yes.
Let's talk about job creation. And the beauty of this is the fact that the agency which is in charge of tracking job numbers is domiciled under your ministry. That is the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics.
Very true.
And for the longest time, the country has battled with joblessness and unemployment and sub-quality jobs. What is the current situation?
O'Brien, when you look at the statistics, and I want to tell you, thank you even for appreciating that Kenya National Bureau of Statistics is an agency under our State Department. And numbers will never lie. I want to tell you for the fact that where we stand at the moment is not where we were 3 years ago. Let me give you figures. One, affordable housing has been able to create direct jobs, 330,000. Number two, when you look at Kazi Maju, where we export labor, we have almost 530,000 people who have already been, they have secured jobs abroad. ICT, when you look at the ICT, you realize that the digitization already 200 plus jobs have been created through Ajira. Yeah? Ajira, and there is another platform called Jitume. Business process outsourcing. Recently, we have, the president was opening a center called, is it CIC in Ruiru? CCI in Ruiru. Yeah. And it is employing a whooping 6,000 youth. So if we continue counting and counting, you realize that our ambition, you know, we go as per our plan. The plan was to create 1.2 million jobs per year. Yes, we might not be there, but the reality is that we are addressing this issue of unemployment. Today, before I came in the morning, I joined a team together with His Excellency, the President, in disbursing money to the youth Nyota at Kasarani, which is targeting more than 101,000 youth who probably for one reason or another they were not able to further their education. They probably dropped in Form 4 and below, so they are able to participate in developing this country through running of businesses. Those are not just mere statistics. Those are lives that are this government is touching. Those are jobs that are being created. And remember, one youth who never went beyond Form 4 and is 29 or she's 29, chances are that that person has a family. So touching one of them, man, it means that you are addressing a crisis in households and addressing this unemployment. Thank you.
I think all the jobs that you have talked about are what we would prefer to, or what we would call the blue-collar jobs. What would you want also to explain to us what the economy has done to create, or what the government has done to help the economy create the white-collar jobs?
Thank you very much. The white-collar jobs, very quickly, the government has taken deliberate efforts to ensure that graduates that are coming out of the universities have an opportunity to work for this government through internship. And the internship program is all over within the government, in the TSC, in the Public Service Commission, to give these young ones an opportunity to work and be trained and be absorbed, those who are able to be absorbed, number one. Number two, the government has ensured that our economy is diversified. We have matters to do with blue economy right now. Blue economy probably is a new concept that it was there, but this government has decided to give it an attention probably that never used to get. So that has created opportunities for jobs, which we call white-collar jobs. But you must appreciate that when you look at the white-collar jobs, the percentage of those who are already even in the white-collar jobs and the opportunities that are there compared to informal. Informal is employing more than almost 70%. So as much as we want to concentrate on the white-collar jobs, our deliberate effort is to ensure that even the informal, the small businesses are given a conducive environment to be able to supplement these white-collar jobs by creating employment for those, we quote in quotes, we might call them informal sector. Thank you.
You know, one of the other critical pillars of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is the expansion and the democratization of the healthcare systems in this country. And one of the radical reforms undertaken in this sector has been the overhaul of the Social Health Authority. Do you want to tell us something about these? What are statistics telling us?
Thank you, O'Brien. And if there is one thing that has been celebrated about this country, and I'll tell you for free, last year we were at UNGA, UN United Nations General Assembly.
Yes.
And we had a side meeting with Ghana. The president of Ghana was there and our president was there. And one of the things that they celebrated, and they said they want to come for benchmarking, there are two things. Number one is affordable housing. Number two is the universal health coverage. Now, back to your question is, when you look at what the universal health coverage has achieved, in 2022, NHIF had approximately around 8 million registered subscribers.
8 million.
8 million. Right now, as we speak, in 2025, around September, October, it was 25.8. That is 3 times what NHIF had registered for those so many years. What does that one tell you? It tells you that, and this is not only registration, it means they have subscribed and they have used these services. It tells you that this is one thing that the masses have been waiting for, and we have success stories, O'Brien. People will, the naysayers will say, SHA is not working. SHA is working. Mm-hmm. I can give you an example, my own really example, my mom.
Yep.
Yeah. She went to hospital and was treated without paying any single cent the other day.
Did you make any phone call to anyone?
No. In fact, I was told she was in Bungoma. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was here, and when they called, I was in a meeting. They went to Bungoma. They wanted to do, is it a CT scan? Mm-hmm. And they didn't have cash. But because of SHA, they did that, and they didn't pay anything. When she came over, she was surprised that she went to hospital, and for the first time, nobody asked her to pay for that thing. So for her, she believes that, oh, because you are up there, maybe what you're also saying, that I made a phone call. I didn't call.
So you didn't call the boy in Kuba, you didn't call anyone?
No, I didn't call. I didn't call. And that is just probably, it's because me. But if you do your assessment and you are doing an assessment to see, to document the success stories of SHA, that is a mandate that the State Department has, monitoring and evaluation. Mm-hmm. So we are doing the success stories so that it is not only a voice, it's not a written success story, but that written success story, there is a voice behind a real person that will be able to document. So SHA is working, and SHA is one of the transformative initiatives. And Brian, this is one of the things that people are coming to learn about, especially this government having been able to implement this without external help, that is in terms of financing it. These are locally raised resources that are now implementing this successfully.
When you talk about 25.8 million now new registered members under SHA, how many of these are being treated?
Brad, you know, treatment and the exact statistics vary. If you go to the ministry, the State Department for Medical Health, they monitor SHA patients who are coming in and out on a daily basis. And the exact figures might keeps on changing. But I'll tell you that those who are visited, if we look at treatment to mean those who have been able to visit a health center and receive services, it is more than 70% of this.
What is the lifespan of Better? And what are the implementation metrics under Better?
I'll answer that question in 2 parts. One, from where I sit as the principal secretary for economic planning, is that when you look at better, remember that Vision 2030 was being implemented through medium-term plans, 5-year medium-term plan. We are on the 4th medium-term plan. And this 4th medium-term plan...
The 4th and final.
Yes, is mapped onto better. So the lifespan of better, if we tie it to medium-term plan, we will implement and assess the implementation at the end of medium-term plan for 4th medium-term plan, which is 2027. But that one doesn't, yes.
Which is next year.
Next year. That doesn't describe or doesn't give us the lifespan of better. Let me ask you a question, O'Brien. With what is happening in affordable housing, with what is happening in matters of universal health care, after 2027, will these houses still be there? Will they still be providing the services that we needed? Yes. So
the structures will continue to be there.
The structures will continue to be there. So better is going to live beyond the MTP4.
It is going to outlive.
Outlive.
MTP4.
Yes.
And what is going to happen after 2027 when the lifespan of better comes to an end?
The lifespan of better is not coming to an end in 2027.
I thought you said it's coming
MTP4 is what is coming to an end in 2027. Beyond 2027, we still have 3 years to complete our Vision 2030. I want to believe that better will still be there. This is a conversation as a department we are already undertaking. It's something that I don't want to pronounce myself on. Why? Because we believe in numbers, data. Our slogan is data-driven. People focused and result-oriented. So data will inform us what do we do. But I want to assure you that better as an agenda is not dying in 2027. That is a misconception.
What is the lifespan of better?
What is the lifespan of better? What do you understand what better is? Probably we need to start from there.
From your explanation, better is a strategy that seeks to accelerate the achievement of Vision 2030. And Vision 2030, the lifespan of this socio-economic development blueprint is the year 2030, which is about 4 years from now.
And what I said is it seeks to accelerate the achievement and aspiration of Vision 2030 and the long-term plan post-Vision 2030.
Do we have it yet?
The long-term plan is in the pipeline. As the State Department, we are receiving a lot of contributions. Recently, we received some contribution on what people think the long-term plan post-Vision 2030 should be from Kapsabet through the Office of the President. And he sent those contributions to us to advise. And just to mention one, we will continue receiving input from different stakeholders as we do an assessment and at the same time come up with a long-term plan. I assure you that the long-term plan will be there.
Are you likely to call it the Singapore vision?
As a department, we receive all opinions that come. The president pronounced himself probably on Singapore. And it should be premature for me to start discussing it in detail before my team, the experts, have looked at all options that are on the table. Probably it is not the Singapore, the country, it will be the philosophy of how they are doing things. That is what we are looking at. Thank you.
It's the philosophy and the spirit of Singapore.
Yep.
So what we are getting from you is that already work has started to craft a socio-economic development blueprint once Vision 2030 expires in the year 2030.
You're right.
Very well. We'll be getting in touch with you sometimes in the future so that you can also give us an update of that new document that is being worked on. As we come to the end of our engagement, Bona Piers, help people understand and give them hope that the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is here to deliver Kenya, to deliver Kenyans from the shackles of poverty and take them to a new Kenya.
Thank you, O'Brien. I want to assure you, the Kenyans that I see in this room, including you, this is my assurance. And the assurance I am giving you is tied on the mandate of this State Department. Allow me just to run through the mandate of the State Department, and then you will understand that when I speak, it is not because of the mere hearsay. The State Department for Economic Planning is the engine room of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
Yeah.
And our simple task is to ensure that the government plans smart, its budgets should align to the plans, the projects that are implemented deliver results that are impactful, improve the livelihoods of the ordinary Nige. And this, we are doing it to the latter. So my assurance is that better is a better option, and for us, because we do this by tracking the implementation of projects. And we've been out. I want to just tell you and Wananchi that this is my 7th month in office. But I have been able to visit 14 constituencies just to do the monitoring and evaluation of what is being implemented.
14 constituencies?
14 constituencies. Looking at different projects, specifically those that were funded by CDF, just to look at what are the success stories. And I must tell you that this we are doing in all sectors. Very soon, we are starting what we are calling Uchumi Vibes. Probably we will partner with you and the Wananchi to do this. Uchumi Vibes is where we hashtag Uchumi Vibes, is where we engage the youth to document for us success stories wherever they are, per pillar, and then share with us. And then we run a competition. Whoever gives us a good story, of course, from all of them are good stories, but then assessment is done by the public. Whoever wins, we give them a token of appreciation to document.
When is this starting?
We have plans probably by March.
By March of this year.
By March. And I must tell you that the State Department of Economic Planning under the CS, John Buddy Treasury, we have also decided to go to what we call Gumzo la Uchumi Mashinani. We are starting it off by the end of March, just to tell them, to share the success stories of what the government is doing, and to hear from them what are the challenges. What do they want us to be doing differently?
Very well. 3
days ago, I was with the CS in the county of Migori. We went to Kakamega. Yesterday, we were in Uasin Gishu. What were we doing? Reaching out and sharing what the government is doing, sensitizing them, and also getting their input into the budget-making process.
Very good.
So that is my assurance that you have the right people here in office. With the support of all of us, we will be able to deliver, to support the president to deliver on the mandate, his mandate, and specifically bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
Very well. Bonface,
Yes.
this is just the beginning of our conversation.
Thank you.
We'll continue to engage with you and your team so that you can help people understand what the government is doing to change their livelihoods and, of course, to make Kenya a better country than we found it.
Asante sana, thank you, Brian. Yeah, it's the first time we're interacting, yes, but it should not be the last time.
Absolutely.
You can call on me anytime,
Yeah.
and if there are questions from the public,
Yeah.
I'll be more than willing to come in and just respond to their questions.
Very good. I mean, if you've just joined us, we've been talking to the Principal Secretary in the State Department for Economic Planning, Bonface Makokha, helping us understand what is the role of the department in driving the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This is the first episode of this conversation. Episode 2 should be coming sometimes later this month or next month. And so you had better watch out. My name is O'Brien Kimani. Thank you very much for watching Inside Government. Have yourself a good afternoon.